Hello everybody and welcome to race 20 in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series here at Talladega. Doing a little post-race commentary. My mute button, for some reason I had it backwards on what I was thinking. The button needs to be pushed in for it not to be muted, out to be muted, and I had it in my mind that day when I was recording this backwards. Long day, end of the day, doing recording, just came out to be a mess. So yeah, we're doing the commentary after the fact, but Talladega historically just not a good track for us. Our average in the Cup Series is in the 20s, and if we include, well, we don't have any data really to go by for the trucks. Obviously this is my first time racing here in the Truck Series, but if we include nationwide, we're even lower than 20. I think it's 21 point something for our average here, so it's not a good average. And this season alone, well, you've all seen our Talladega attempts so far, so they haven't been that hot. So we start 23rd. Biffle started 11th. We come in here 9 points behind Eric Darnell, so we got our work cut out for us, where a bad day is not going to set us back to impossible odds to catch back up in the remaining like 4 races, 5 races, whatever it is. So yeah, we're gonna just kind of ride along here for a little bit. And I might chime in from time to time, but yeah, I mean, not a whole lot really. I can't recall really everything that was going on. I know the 3 wide was tough. Like right there, you could see it. Like we kind of pushed up. We're really tight. The speeds were over 202. I think 203 we were topping out at without the restrictor plates on these because of the CTS physics, and it made the truck extremely tight. Right there you see us going 4 wide. Actually during the race I didn't really realize we were 4 wide at that point, but yeah, we couldn't really keep a pin to the bottom on the entries of 1 and 3. And then coming off of 2 and 4, it just, once we'd get it to the bottom midway through the corner, off of turns 2 and 4, we'd push right up. You'll see it. I mean, we can kind of keep it down like we are right now with Andy Lally and Benny Gordon. But then coming off the turn, it kind of pushes up. Like right there, we almost got into Darnell. Darnell Reckon actually wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for us in this race. Biffle led the last lap, so that was good. He got us some bonus points. But you see Eric Darnell's right there in front of us. And it's frustrating when you see him ahead of you. And I made my mistakes obviously throughout this season to put us in this position where we are now, but yeah, we're not out of it by any means at this point. We're running 21st last time at the line. We backed off there so we could get in line in front of Scott Speed and behind Timothy Peters. Biffle dropped back to 7th on that last lap. We were able to kind of hold it down that time off of turn 4.
Still there, be 3 wide. Outside, be 3 wide.
A lot of 3 wide.
Outside. 14, 3, 7, be 3 wide.
But we're working our way, we're trying to work our way back up to the front. A little contact with Scott Speed there. Thankfully, we cleared Rick Crawford because we just slid right on up. There's our teammate Greg. We're trying to let him in at this point. I remember that, but he just was not dropping down behind Scott Legase, so we just had to, cut our losses and just go. But I definitely wanted to help them. They're actually 4 wide behind me right there. Biffle on the outside. Looks like he's going to tuck back in.
Stay low. Be 3 wide. Outside. Be 3 wide. 47.
Scott Lynch will get that lap led as PJ Jones goes to the inside to make the pass. He looks like he's got Brian Sockwell behind him.
Hold it tight here. Outside. Still there.
Just kind of following Chad Chaffin here. Enjoying not being 3 wide 100% of the time. We get those little breaks where we had some 2 wide.
Be 3 wide outside.
Back to 3 wide. We're not really 3 wide though till right there.
Be 3 wide. Hold it tight here. Hold it tight here, outside. Be 3 wide, outside. Be 3 wide, outside.
I wanted to go under Chad Chaffin so bad right there. I had to run,
Still there. Good
but
work. You
I
brake.
didn't want to push
You
it
brake.
4
You're
wide.
better than these guys. Still out there. Be 3 wide, outside. Be 3 wide.
Here you can see we're up to 9th now. Biffle's back in 27th.
Be 3 wide.
We're starting to really make a run up there. Benson's going to go under Hornaday. Chaffin's going to go under Benson. And so now they're 3 wide up ahead of us for the lead. We got Scott right up on our bumper still. Scott Speed, that is.
Be 3 wide, outside.
Now we're following Scott Lynch.
Still there.
Make a little contact with,
Be 3 wide.
who was that?
Be 3
PJ
wide.
Jones, yeah.
Hold it tight here.
They are 4 wide behind us.
Outside. Be 3
And this is
wide.
where it gets a little
410.
treacherous.
4
They
wide.
touch, they slide down.
Good job. You brake. You're way
We
better
got
than
Clip
these guys.
and
3 wide now in the middle. Yellow's out.
Larry
Yellow's out.
Ford.
You're clear if you need it.
Finished us off there. Truck's still running, thankfully. So we're not out. But we hit the wall pretty hard.
Got a spin of 2. Yellow is out. We got it.
So yeah, that's a bit on the frustrating side.
You did the right thing, Matt. You did the right thing. Heavy
So
right side down
right
the
now
yellow.
I remember just trying to see what the truck still has in it. If it's still got enough power to, or, we're going to be able to keep up with anybody. So I figured if we could keep up with Scott Lynch here, or excuse me, Larry Foyt, if we can get back to the line before him, maybe we have a shot at actually having some power still. But then I recall what the crew chief was saying, so it's like, maybe they can fix it up enough where it can still be competitive. We definitely got to run on Larry to get to the line here.
Still there.
Touch him a little bit to solidify that
Yellow's out. Yellow's
35th
out.
spot.
Start on the racetrack. Let's get caught up.
And then we also lost the commentary for the replays. But yeah, you can see here, they're going 4 wide right behind me. I could see it. I remember seeing it as clear as day in my mirror. I remember saying, I'm glad the 4 wide is behind me and not ahead of me. And yeah, they almost got my bumper going into turn 1 when Scott was coming down on top of Rob Brent there. And yeah, I didn't even see them down there. Next thing you know, just blindsided. It would have been, in retrospect, probably better idea to have kept it in cockpit. But you can see right here, we just come up and just bam, right into the wall. It was not fun. Yeah, I'm turning up the audio real fast to make sure there was no commentary here. And I'm not over talking myself, but Skinner comes down. He hits Rob Brent pretty hard right there. We're going to switch to an onboard real quick here. This is with Eric Darnell. He sneaks through the accident, doesn't get involved. I remember at the time just thinking, please tell me he was involved. So we're going back to green here on lap 13.
2, 7, 9, 6.
Yeah, I tried to get a good jump on that restart to try to at least get ahead of Larry Foyt, to try to have someone behind us to draft, but that was not happening, so that definitely hurt.
A2. Four, two, 7, oh. Four, one, 6, 9.
So yeah, I probably I realized after the fact I kind of just abruptly went silent there. But yeah, there's just not a whole lot. I mean, I know when I was doing the recording initially, I was pretty quiet at this point. Just not a whole lot going on. Just kind of touch base on a couple things, like where we're starting in the Cup race for Friday or Monday. Forget off the top of my head. Excuse me, I can look that up quick actually. But yeah, just kind of going over with the Cup Series. Actually, it's gonna just pop it up here on the screen. We have Talladega for Monday or Wednesday, excuse me, and then yeah. So we were talking about that we qualified towards the back in the Cup with the Cup physics. It wasn't a very good qualifying effort, unfortunately, but hopefully, you know, we'll be able to get a good run in the Cup cars for this race. I know we're gonna need one with where we are at in the points. Bobby Labonte, of all people, man, it's just crazy. I remember talking about him, and I think I even said it at California. You know, no sense in getting all bent out of shape over Bobby Labonte. We're gonna probably make the chase. He won't, and yeah, he's just such an anomaly for me. I feel like all these seasons, there's always something that he's doing that's just outdueling me. Whether it's the 500 or the championship, he gets me every time, and I'm so close. And so yeah, I thought that was interesting. But yeah, we're gonna just tune out here for a little bit. Well, there's only 10 laps to go, so we're running 36. Biffle's up in third right now. I know Darnell, he was up there a lot towards the front. Not necessarily leading laps, but running up there. And I remember thinking to myself, this is just not good. That's the last thing we need to see is us running 36th and Darnell finishing up in the top 10, top 5. And yeah, I mean, there's a couple other things I'll mention about that, but that can wait till we get to the end of the race. But yeah, it's just a lot of slow going here. We're at lap 20, yeah. So getting towards the end. It's been a minute since we've been in the nationwide cars, so looking forward to getting back in those at Charlotte. That's where we'll also have the Cup cars at next after Talladega. And then after this race, well, you saw the schedule, it's Martinsville, but caution is out for the second time today. And just so happened the leaders were coming up behind us. And I went to block to stay in the lead lap, and I didn't notice Darnell was on the outside. So Darnell takes the lead and laps us coming to the yellow flag. So that was a special moment for sure. Caution number 2 here. It's another deal of 4 wide racing, except this time it's on the backstretch going into turn 3 instead of going into turn 1. Chad Chaffin, David Starr, Matt Crafton, and Chad McCumbee. Chaffin's going to start to slide down. He's going to catch Ron Hornaday, who's going to catch Stacy Compton. Crafton kind of gets it straightened out, but then starts riding up against McCumbee. So that shoots him back up the track with David Starr, Rick Crawford, Todd Bodine, Johnny Benson, Colin Braun, Timothy Peters. They're all in it there. Biffle just misses us. Like, great driving by Greg. He did an excellent job getting through that crash. We're actually on board now with Greg Biffle. Show you what he saw. Just unbelievable driving. So we're actually going to follow. So you'll see in the bottom right, the lap ticker follows based on where we are on the track, but we're going to just kind of follow Greg here since his race is a lot more interesting than mine is at this point. He's still competitive. We are not.
Inside.
He's in 17th right now.
Clear, clear.
And I remember going back to the green on this restart. We were up near the front, obviously, because we got, where we were like 3rd in line. I didn't want to be responsible for slowing down Biffle by accident by blocking him or anything like that. So that's why we're in the back of this line. We did pit coming to 1 to go. And elected to, just get out of the way. Biffle's in 18th. He's going to have the green Mopar scheme coming up here soon when we get to Homestead. So I'm looking forward to the Mopar schemes. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a yearly tradition from here on out. While we still have Dodge, we're going to have the Mopar scheme at Homestead to finish the season out in, whatever series it is for the championship week. We're going to always have that. As he looks underneath the 51 of Kyle Busch. Trying to make a move. Brian Sockwell right there in front of him. Yeah, he's 16th now. Didn't know exactly where he was at because I hadn't crossed the line yet. And this is coming to the white flag, so anybody's race to win. Right now, I didn't actually personally watch this clip that you're seeing right now, so it's interesting to see how everything played out because I know the final results. So yeah, Darnell is creeping up there on the bottom, car ahead of Biffle. Unfortunately, he's making his way up to the front as we approach the checker flag. Halfway down the back straightaway, Colin Braun makes a move underneath Chad McCumbee. PJ Jones looks like he's going to be left out to dry on the top.
6, 2, 5, 6.
Colin Braun could not make the pass, so PJ Jones is able to slide down. He just sneaks across the front bumper of Eric Darnell as they come out of turn 4 heading into the tri-oval. Biffle ends up going high. He follows Colin Braun, but Brendan Gaughan's right underneath him, and Mario Gosselin on the outside. PJ Jones is going to cross the start-finish line first, and he'll get the win here. Now, when that happened initially, it showed me Eric Darnell as the winner, and I freaked. I was like, are you kidding me? And then it switched to PJ Jones, but PJ Jones, Eric Darnell, Colin Braun, and Brendan Gaughan will finish out in the top 5 there. It was a good race for our teammate, not a good race for us, unfortunately. But hopefully Talladega for the Cup Series will be able to, you know, come back bigger, better, and stronger, and try to get a W, or at least the top 10. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for watching. Love and support through comments, likes, subscriptions. Until next time, have a good one.